BBM3 is live. Best Ball Breakfast is back. $2 million up top. Hot Best Ball Summer starts now.
Bro, I'm telling you, hop in these drafts when these idiot streamers are trying to draft and talk to the chat at the same time. It's so plus EV, bro.
Oh no, I think I accidentally just took Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs. What do we call that? A no-no.
No way, you don't have to set your lineup. That's incredible. And recently eclipsed 23%, and I'd much prefer it to be in the more 21 to 22% range.
GM. This is later than our usual Best Ball Breakfast start times, but of course we had to accommodate the launch of BBM3. We are live now. The fellas over at Underdog got that up today, and boy, am I excited to be back here doing Best Ball Breakfasts. Normally, I think we'll roll around 10 a.m. Eastern on Mondays for this show, and we will keep this rolling every single Monday morning throughout the summer until the season starts. Definitely one of my favorite shows to do. A great way to start the morning, and excited to see you all back in the chat. Oh no, Jonathan's already hitting me with a quiz right out of the gate. Jalen ended up on the Bills. I was very excited about that landing spot. A lot of the draft nicks tried to FUD my Jalen Love over on ship chasing, and now he landed with Josh Allen. As for Zaquandre White, a man who I thought was Zamir White in a mock draft, I actually don't know where he ended up. I'm Googling it now. Where did Zaquandre White end up? I'm looking. Why can't I even find this? Google doesn't even want to tell me where Zaquandre White ended up. The Dolphins? No. Well, maybe Zaquandre and Laird can become friends and we'll all become fast friends. Let the record show that I don't actually eat breakfast. I eat best balls for breakfast. Okay. I haven't eaten anything today, and neither of you guys. We should have been fasting, ready to feast on a BBM3 team. We are back like we never left. What's up, Beachhead? Howdy, partners. How we going? How we doing? All that good stuff. So before we hop into a draft, let's quickly take a look at just a couple of the kind of new things we have going with this specific tournament. So a couple of wrinkles here. We have 3 different Millie prizes here available. First place, 2 million. The regular season champion is going to get $1 million. And then second place in the tournament, also $1 million. So 3 different millionaires will be made, and including a 2x millionaire for BBM3. What other stuff do we have? Rudman also gave us some lowdown on a few of the other tweaks. We are back to 18-round drafts. I know there was a lot of rumors and concerns about the 20-round drafts. I definitely found myself getting exhausted during those. So now that we're back to the 18-round drafts, I expect us to be able to crank out 45-minute drafts here. I also like this tweak that if you are auto-picked twice in a row, you will be put on autopilot. So you will not be able to waste all of our time here when you aren't making your picks. What other news do we have? I saw this tweet from Tom. Taysom Hill back to tight end eligibility. There you go. But I say we quit the bullshit. Quit pussyfooting around. Do people still say that? Pussyfooting around? I say we hop in a draft on Best Ball Mania. I'm going to get my screen fixed here, get a nice big screen for this draft, and let's see who wants to join me for the first friends and family Best Ball Breakfast draft of the year. Oh, Casey, thank you for reminding me about the coffee pour. So it is a lot later in the morning. It's noon here, Eastern time. I don't have much left in my coffee, but I did save just a little bit just for this tradition. There you go. For all the Foley artists, for the ASMR aficionados, for the people who are going to tell me my coffee, despite being dark roast, is not black enough for your taste. There you go. Thank you. I have a new lighting setup. We can do thematic lights. We got our pinks over on ship chasing, our blues over on Club Top Shot. Also, do you notice my cacti? I believe Underdog sent this to everyone who max entered BBM3 or BBM2 last year. Look at this. I got 2 cacti. It was actually pretty treacherous opening these, but worth it. Absolutely worth it. Coffee season is back. Let's see. Oh, I didn't get the Influencer 101, but I did get the Influencer 102. I did go ahead and load in ETR's fresh rankings. The virgins over there were grinding throughout the draft to update the rankings, so I figure I'm going to go with those instead of just raw dogging it with the ADP. What do we want to do? I feel like getting back to our roots right at the start. I feel like having fun. I feel like being spicy. Dare I say being prickly? Can I interest you with Jamar Chase 102 overall to get us started? It does feel like summer, Josh. It does. Hope you guys, I didn't get to check out Josh and Hayden's stream earlier. I'm going to check that out later today, but they did fire up a stream for the first Best Ball Mania draft. I saw Jack Settleman was in there from the 101. And we love having Jack in these tournaments. He helps lower the rake every time he drafts. So thank you for that, Jack. Let's see. I'm out of practice. I got to get my grid mode going here. Who do we have in this draft? We have Alejandro, one of the preeminent best ball grinders. Flying Turtles, Get Off My Face, Hawkberg, Pecan, Chaos to Coffee, Blumper Speen, Igloo. We got Alex Pacelli, B. Jones in the parlay. Ooh, Beimfor was in it. Oh, I did actually see the screenshot of his team. Loved his running backs. Am a little worried about his wide receivers. Got put in a different draft. Yeah. I assume these are everyone's blasting off. Everyone was very frothy, very excited for these. So hard for us to all coordinate getting in the same draft. But the less of you monsters that I'm in a draft with is generally preferable anyways. So we're going to have plenty of time this summer to draft together. I had a hard conversation with Chris Spags yesterday. He's my co-host on Splash Play. And normally when we draft on stream, we draft on my account. And, I'll indulge, some of his picks that might not be particularly as interesting to me. And I had a hard conversation with him the other day, and I told him, Spags, we're going to have to draft these Splash Play teams on your account this summer because I need all my bullets. I need all 150 bullets for Best Ball Mania 3. I need all 150 cracks to become a millionaire. And it was an awkward conversation. But hopefully Spags understands, and we will be drafting best ball teams on Splash Play a lot this summer. Yes, I know. Let's not get caught up in the technicalities. I haven't eaten yet, so I think this technically can still count as breaking the fast for me. Breaking the best ball fast for all of us. It is funny, though. I keep talking as if this is like my first draft, as if we haven't been drafting in the Superflex big board and the big board and the rookies and sophomores, yada, yada, yada. But I do love having this Monday morning show. And like I said, we'll be rolling 10 a.m. Eastern most Monday mornings. Otherwise, we were wandering around through the oasis, thirsty, desperate to draft. Oh, I am about to be on the clock. Are we going to just set up the Bengals super stack here? What are we going to do here? The Bengals super stack could be kind of fun. But I don't know. I'm going to go a little off the board here. I want to give myself a couple different outs for quarterback stacks. So I'm going to go with AJ Brown. I don't know if you guys heard, but he changed teams. I still haven't fully processed the AJ Brown thing. And I do want to grab a tight end here as well. We're just setting us up for a classic 0 RB start. None of these running backs jumping out to me. none of these wide receivers screaming at me here. So I would like to anchor this team with an elite tight end. That's a grown ass man start. I mean, I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag. But that is a grown ass man start. And look, I'm going to make plenty of mistakes. The EV is here for the taking. I'm talking, I'm drafting, I'm pouring coffee all at the same time. Mistakes will be made, but 0 mistakes have been made so far because I just drafted 3 grown ass men. Yeah, Brandon, when are the first randomizer streams going to happen? In a few weeks. I need a few more weeks. I know last year I started it right after the NFL draft. I want to up some of the production on the show this year. So I'm working on a few things with that, but fear not, randomizers will be back. Very excited for that. Yeah, probably 2 to 3 more weeks. I need time to do it right, but I appreciate everyone's interest. And yeah, if you guys have suggestions for guests and stuff you'd like to see, let me know in the Deposit Kingdom Discord. Also, if you're a YouTube member, there is a randomizer level to become a member, and then that can get you access to all of those randomizer drafts, priority access to add sick and twisted prompts to the wheel that you forced me to do, all of that good stuff. By the way, while we're talking about Discord, hop in the Deposit Kingdom Discord. We have so many great channels in there, whether it's the ship chasing channel, the best ball channel, all kinds of BBM3 and best ball strategy talk going on. Definitely recommend hopping in there if you guys have not done so yet. We have lots of fun in there. I did make some alpha plays. Poor Michael Leone down so bad on this morning. Mike Davis getting released. I think Leone is going to head to the Sizzler and get a nice senior discount today in solidarity with Mike Davis getting released. 3rd round, Lenny and James Conner is so good right now. Yeah, I've heard lots of people say those were 2 of the big winners from the draft. I can definitely see it. Although I don't know, Rachaad White could be a pest. He could be a pest. I think I feel a little bit better about James Conner, honestly. Thoughts on Judy this year? Is he going to cook with Russ? Yeah, I'm excited about Jerry Judy. I think I've been feeling this way since the Broncos got Russell Wilson, but I kind of want to get my shares of Judy early because he just seems like a guy that's going to rise and rise throughout the summer. Can't you see this? Russell Wilson and Jerry Judy are running routes at some park in Colorado, and Jerry Judy makes a nice cut, and then everyone on fantasy Twitter is just falling all over themselves to draft Jerry Judy. I feel like he's going to be a big riser throughout the offseason. But yes, I'm excited about Russ and the Broncos. Nick says, I hate to say it, but until the rookie wide receiver ADPs adjust, early RB is the move. We shall see. We shall see. Andrew says he'd prefer Sutton at the price. Yeah. I think with a lot of, when we have unique variables, situations changing, and players of similar talent level, I do think in general, taking the cheaper one makes sense. And I do think Sutton will probably remain a value for a good portion here. All right. What am I going to do here at this 4-5 turn? I could grab my Jamar Chase stack here with Burrow. I think I'm going to do that. It's interesting in the ETR ranks. They have Burrow down here below, but I made a big bet on Jamar Chase at 2. So obviously if he has the kind of season that is going to propel me to $2 million, Joe Burrow is going to be along for that ride. So I will go ahead and stack that up there. This is an interesting spot here. I might go ahead and grab my first running back. I am still in on J.K. Dobbins. What other wide receivers do I have? I could, of course, go Judy, Mike Williams. Yeah, I don't know if I want to double tap quarterback here. I feel like that's just maybe a little bit too rich of spending that much premium capital. I am going to grab J.K. Dobbins as my What are we calling this? Modified anchor RB. This reminds me. So I have a new YouTube channel. It's called Peter Overzet's Deposit Kingdom. I have the link down below. I have one video up there so far. It was a USFL video. Rest in peace, USFL. But I believe tomorrow I have another video that will be coming out. It's looking at the 3 dominant best ball structures for tournaments. We will trigger people by talking about zero RB. And I worked with Michael Dubner over at RotoViz, looking at some advance rates, splicing the data, and kind of setting a nice primer base for the different avenues you have to building dominant teams in tournaments. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. I think it's a very fun and informative video that's over on the Deposit Kingdom YouTube channel. So this channel is going to be just for my live streams, and then any pre-produced, more well-produced videos that I put out are going to be over on that other channel. This is the beauty with when you free your mind from thinking about structure in like the most rigid sense. These were some of my favorite ways to draft last year, where you were grabbing your anchor running back in the 3rd or 4th round. How far can you push it? But to answer your question, I mean, there are certainly paths where J.K. Dobbins can smash. I mean, we have zero concerns about his explosive playability, his ability to run to daylight, snap off big plays. The team basically has a very limited passing game right now outside of Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews. I think it's very clear they're going to establish it. And I think J.K. Dobbins can be the kind of guy when I think about players now that I want to draft in a tournament where I realistically need to finish in the top 5 of BBM3, I need guys who can rip off a 30+ point game in the fantasy playoffs. And I think J.K. Dobbins in this offense with his talent is one of those running backs that fits that bill. And I think it's fair to have volume concerns. It's fair to worry about committee. Like all those things are fair concerns, but I'm taking big cracks at running backs who I know have the potential to have massive games, the non-Mike Davises, if you will. And J.K. Dobbins checks those boxes for me. We were pissing yellow this morning. We have Joe Burrow at quarterback, Jamar Chase and A.J. Brown at wide receiver, J.K. Dobbins at running back, Kyle Pitts at tight end. Lots of flexibility with this build going forward. I should check in and see on what the rest of you guys are doing here. What do we got? Pacelli here, a Diggs, Mark Andrews, DJ Moore, Lamar Jackson. So you get the Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews start. Breece Hall in the 6th is nice. I probably should have taken Breece Hall over J.K. Dobbins. Now that I think about it. I probably would rather have Breece Hall. What do we have? What's Alejandro doing? So we have the true anchor here, Jonathan Taylor, Waddle, T. Higgins, McLaurin, Devonta Smith. Where did George Kittle go? George Kittle went in the 4th, man. I don't know if I'm just a sucker for George Kittle, but I'm going to have a ton of George Kittle in the 4th this year. Let's see. Alejandro is going to tilt so hard here because I'm going to snipe him on Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, Alejandro. I know you need it. You want it. You want the Devonta Smith stack, but I'm not going to let you have that. I'm going to grab my quarterback and be done at QB in this build. I answered this earlier. Scroll back. What is this username handle? Peter Over's Pet? It kind of does look like the dog I had growing up. I'll send you an actual puppy photo of Duke. Rest in peace, Duke. And you can change it to my actual pet. Would you ever double stack Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins on a squad, considering the Ravens are going to run the piss out of the football? So yeah, I mean, I'm not going out of my way to stack that. There's obviously not direct play by play correlation between those two for the most part. I obviously we hope J.K. Dobbins catches some passes, but I'm very much on board with those macro team correlations where you're saying, what if the Ravens have the best offense in the NFL this year and the majority of their points go through Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins? I think that's a perfectly fine thesis for drafting teams and making correlated bets on teams. All right. What am I going to do here? God, I can't take Zeke Elliott. I just posted a clip on Ship Chasing of Zeke Elliott making me puke. I'm going to grab Josh Jacobs and grab another running back here. Josh Jacobs, 20 picks past ADP. What? They drafted Zamir White. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. That offense should be more efficient this year, right? More red zone trips. Josh says, Pete, with Sky Moore to the Chiefs, where would you take him in the late rounds, before or after Julio? I can't believe you got me to start reading this, what I thought was a sincere question, only to Trojan horse a Julio Jones reference in. For those of you guys who don't know, Joshua Frick is the preeminent Julio Jones fan, and he's going down with Julio like the Titanic. Oh, I have always loved Josh Jacobs. No, I haven't. I normally get my Josh Jacobs exposure in DFS. Chaos Toffee says Zeke is regular going to be a 0 RB in friends and family drafts. Yes, in the Ship Chasing drafts, the Best Ball Breakfast drafts, Zeke normally has a fairly low ADP. Ricky, you had a dog named Duke as a kid too? Let me pull up a picture and show you guys a photo of my dog Duke. He was part Golden Lab, part Shar-Pei. I'm going to pull this up right here. This was a photo of Duke when we grabbed him. My aunt's dog had puppies when I was young, and we went out to Michigan and we got to pick from a litter of puppies which one we wanted to bring home. My brother picked up Duke and just held him up. We had been there for like 15 minutes and said, this is the one. And he was correct. Duke was the one. Had the wrinkly Shar-Pei fur, that wrinkly face. So cute. Miss you, Duke. Back to the draft. But had to give a plug for my underdog. I knew it was going to tilt you, Alex. Alex is still fuming that I took Jalen Hurts from him. I'm trying to think if I would have done that had I not known you were going to for sure. I would have, if you didn't have Devonta Smith, I would have tried to grab him as my second pick on the wrap, but I knew you were going to take him. I'm sorry. By the way, if for some reason I am going to get back to, I have the In a Vacuum podcast feed. I will start posting the audio of these. I can't imagine they're as interesting to listen to in audio form, but I know some of you guys like that. So I'll get back in the habit of posting the audio version of these drafts, and it'll be a good reminder for me to update my team for the audio listeners. So far we have Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Kyle Pitts, Joe Burrow, J.K. Dobbins, Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs through 7 rounds. That's right. This is a new year. Last year, Josh says I played getting sniped, and this year I am the sniper. I am the one who snipes this year. You guys get to hawk my team, hear me talk out all my thoughts. Well, now I'm going to start creeping on your teams and make your life miserable. It would be interesting to splice out our win rate data collectively, those of us in these streamed drafts, where we all just beat up on each other. Yeah, this is a ship chasing-esque draft here. Way too many running backs available here. It is not, Josh. Is 2 QBs in the first 6 rounds something that would happen very often for you? I don't remember doing that a lot last year. I don't. I've already made lots of mistakes. I think I would prefer Breece Hall over J.K. Dobbins. I need to think that one through. I would prefer when I grab my one quarterback early to wait until the 10th, 11th round to grab a second one. I know RotoViz has done a lot of good work about the QB window. Yes, this draft isn't exactly what I would want in a perfect world right now. Let's see here. This board's pretty gross. You guys have sufficiently made this pretty gross. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. Let's grab Chase Claypool. Can Kenny Tiny Hands Pickett unlock Chase Claypool? That I do not know. I don't really, with this build, want to take any of these other running backs right now, and it does seem like a couple of them will fall to me at my next pick at the 10-11 turn. Considering I took Kyle Pitts early, not going to have to spend a premium pick on a tight end. I'm done at quarterback. So really the majority of this draft, the back half of it's going to be loading up on more running backs and wide receivers. And I believe what I'm going to do here, I don't think Tyler Boyd is going to make it back to me. So if we, I think the thesis with Joe Burrow still holds true that he's a guy you want to double stack because he's not going to be doing a lot with his legs, where I'm perfectly comfortable single stacking Hurts with AJ Brown if that's how it shakes out. But I had the choice to do T. Higgins, obviously early, but passed on him kind of for structural purposes, and then kind of happy to get Tyler Boyd here for my double stack. CEH comeback season, man, it's tough, right? I mean, Rojo's going to be involved. Who's the running back they took in the draft? I mean, lots of players breathing down CEH's neck. But if there was a draft to get him, it would probably be a draft like this where everyone feels similarly and his ADP is getting pushed further down. I might still grab. Why Hooper? Austin Hooper? On the Titans? Why would I want Austin Hooper last round? This isn't a draft I'm doing for David Kitchen. This is a draft I'm doing to try to win $2 million. If you guys, and I can't imagine anyone watching this has not signed up for Underdog, although I've heard lots of stories. Someone in the Discord earlier, what did they say? They said, last year, I created an Underdog account and sat on it. This year, I've downloaded the app and signed in, inching closer to making my first deposit into diving into best ball. If that is you, Underdog will match up to $100 deposit match. That is essentially four free Best Ball Mania entries. If you have yet to deposit on Underdog, use, of course, the one and only, the dominant promo code, the 0 RB of promo codes, promo code Pete. Yes, it's I have a long way to go to get acclimated on some of the deep rookie running backs. I was pretty dialed in round 1, round 2, and then I kind of checked out deep Saturday. So I'm still in take forming mode on a lot of these players. But man, I have there's this line that I heard Blair Andrews over at RotoViz, and you hear me mentioning RotoViz a lot because they have so much good data-backed info over there. But there was a quote that Blair Andrews had that upside is basically, when you talk about upside on your best ball rosters, it's generally a euphemism for how many rookies did you draft. And obviously that's an exaggerated point, but when you do look at the guys who have the ability to massively outperform their ADP, especially early on in these drafts, it's generally rookies. And I need to make sure I'm prioritizing some of these guys late. What happened to QBs? It looks like I kicked off a quarterback run. This does feel like Superflex ADP right now. The quarterbacks are flying off the shelves. Hayden Winks wrote an article earlier in this offseason about how valuable the elite quarterbacks are. I believe he looked at it through the lens of Josh Allen. And I wonder if that's a new meta that we're going to see kind of play out over these drafts of people prioritizing these elite quarterbacks. It's hard to comment on any trends right now in what I assume is like the 11th draft of Best Ball Mania 3. Actually, there's probably been way more of them, but we will have a much better idea on how things are trending. All right, what do I want to do here? Do we want to have fun? Do we want to have fun and draft Sky Moore? Drafting Sky Moore does seem very fun. I like fun. Do you guys like fun? Let's draft Sky Moore. I am going to go over to the ship chasing theme because let's just do it.
Sky Moore, 2 Ys.
That's the fucking sickest name I've ever seen for a wide receiver in my goddamn life. Sky's up!
Oh, let's go.
All right, we're back, and I need to make a pick here. We do have Sky. We do have Sky. Who do I want to do here? Who do I want to do? Let's just grab Rondell. Let's just play the hits. I use Rondell more like a crutch. When in doubt, draft Rondell Moore. By the way, ship chasing every Wednesday night. 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I'm just guessing. I haven't talked to Pat and Ben. I'm guessing we will draft a Best Ball Mania 3 team on Wednesday night. That's over on a separate YouTube channel. You can search ship chasing. You'll find it. Let's see. Let me get back to there we are. Now we're back. Now we are back. Because Anthony asked, why does Sky Moore not have a team or ADP? Because they know once they add that in, he'll start going in the 5th round. So we're trying to keep it in check right now. Don't tempt me, Brandon. Visca died so Sky can live. Visca's going full Lazarus this year. It's going to rise from the dead. What if BBM3 fills by Wednesday? It will be really interesting to track. I mean, this is a massive, massive contest. What are we at? 450,000 entries in this. Yeah, 451,200 entries. It'd be really interesting to see the pace on how this is filling. Oh, I did also want to show we have slightly different advanced structures for this contest this year. Let me pull this up real quick. So round 1, 2 of 12 advance, round 2, 1 of 10 advance, round 3, 1 of 16 advance, and then the 4th round is a massive 470 person final. So the finals are bigger than last year, much bigger. I believe almost 2.5 times, 3 times as big. I believe it was like 180 last year, but it's a lower bar to advance out of round 2 and round 3 this year. I think a couple of those were some pretty big rounds. Someone can correct me in the chat, but I believe they were like 24 or 32. So 1 out of 10, 1 out of 16 there to get out. So better chances of advancing than just have to have a juggernaut team to finish at the top of that 470 person final. Let me go back to the draft. The Chiefs just picked up Justin Ross. He was an interesting one. He was an interesting one. I was listening to Gretchen, Sean Siegel talk about him on Stealing Signals and kind of holding out hope for him coming back from his injury and that not having a lot of or having any draft capital associated with him. It's a long road ahead for those guys that don't get drafted, but dare I say a great fit on the Chiefs. Ooh, wow. Josh, over under 1.5 Peter Overzet teams in that 470 team final. The reason you can't hurt my feelings if you say under, because that implies that I have one. I think the more hurtful line to set would be over under 0.5. It's going to be hard this year, but I am going to give it the old college try. Back-to-back years of finishing top 10 in underdog tournaments. We will see if we can go for a three-peat. Oh, thank you guys. You are so sweet. And fuck you, Sean, but love the Overzets here. And by fuck you, I mean you're playing the probabilities correct. But that doesn't change the fact that we're about the positive vibes around here, man. You got to be able to manifest your way into the top 470. All right, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? I think I might grab me some, interesting. Leone has Rashad White really high up here in the rankings. Let me make sure there's nothing else I'm feeling like I'm really passing on. Is there anything I need to do over with tight end? Don't love this tight end pocket. Don't love this wide receiver pocket. Running backs here. I mean, I know I'm going to go ahead and grab Rashad White. I was just trying to think through the Rashad Penny thing here. Rashad Penny looked so good down the stretch last year. Massive week 17 performance. But that was all with him handling the majority of the workload. So I get that the Kenny Walker stuff is a concern. I'm just trying to think. Rashad Penny, 40 picks past ADP. ADP is, I guess, a loose thing this early on. But I guess I don't mind Rashad Penny here. Okay, what are we going to do with this other pick? Why don't we get another little secondary? Okay, I was thinking about Kenneth Gainwell with Hurts, but the more I think through, I'm taking a stab on Penny here. Taking a stab on Penny at pick 146 in the 13th round. I think there are plenty of ways that breaks for him in a very positive way at that price tag. And I was a big believer in taking a lot of early shots on Jerick McKinnon. And I know that doesn't look as favorable now, but just the general, Leonard Fournette thesis of how these guys performed at the end of the season and us kind of discounting that maybe too much coming into the season. I wonder too, if we see a lot of these running backs fail. It would not be surprising to see a running back get in Carroll's doghouse and for Rashad Penny to be the lead back. Is it the most likely scenario? Probably not. I'm just talking it out, trying to justify my selection of Rashad Penny here. It looks like you guys like the Rashad White stuff. That feels like a fun one. Anytime I get to bet against Leonard Fournette, I feel like that's a bet that I want to take. We just haven't had lots of good chances to bet against him. We were having to bet on Ronald Jones, Gio Bernard, Keyshawn Vaughn. But it actually sounds like Rashad White could be a bit of a problem for Lenny. Yeah, when is the schedule getting released? KZ says, did Hertig remind us to stack week 17 yet? I believe the schedule's coming out in what? I had looked it up a while ago. It's not till like May 14th or something, right? That's another tough thing. Of course, I want to blast off on these early drafts, but it is really, really nice to know the schedule for stacking in week 17 and week 16. And that's another video I'm going to be working on with Michael Dubner, is kind of looking at the idea of EV and how important, week 16, week 17 are relative to realizing your EV, and thinking through the ways to realize that EV is often through stacking and playing for some of the shootouts in those contests, or in those week 17, week 16 games. Schedule comes out next Thursday. So yeah, that will be a very fun data point to see how that shifts stuff. Last year, I mean, you couldn't fire up a single best ball stream without someone reminding you that the Cowboys and the Cardinals played week 17. But you look in some of those mini correlations, you saw what Liam Murphy won Best Ball Mania 3. He had the Rashad Penny, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit, Seattle mini correlation with both those guys going off. Obviously, it's much easier said than done, much easier conceptually to stack those things up. But there's a reason those correlations have a history of working. All right. Wide receiver here is getting pretty gross. I think I'm going to grab my second tight end here. I feel pretty good. Let's see if Flying Turtles with a 2281 build so far. Damn it. He took Freiermuth. That's who I wanted. I was going to be done at tight end with Freiermuth. All right, let's wait on that. We have 4 running backs here. What do we want to do? Should we just add a better and best ball guy? Are there any fun rookies we want to take here? Let's do a rookie. Let's grab Dameon Pierce. Let's grab Dameon Pierce. What did I just time out? I tried to graph. God damn it, we're in peak form. Fuck. Logan Thomas? Did I really time out on Logan Thomas? God damn it. I wanted to draft Dameon Pierce. He had the quote of the draft, said the only things he knew about Texas was they have pretty girls in big houses. Fine. Grab Dameon Pierce now. I'm tilting. This is what you guys come here for. You come here to watch me start rambling, forgetting it's my turn to pick, and getting drafted Logan Thomas. I actually liked how this team was looking. And then I had Logan fucking Thomas to it. This is the EV we seek. This is why you come to Best Ball Breakfast, because I serve up this EV on a platter. God damn it. Did Rudman do that? They send me cacti. But you know what? This is what it felt like. How about now? Are we back? Are we back? I bumped my mic with my cacti. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. Why Cactus? Because it's Best Ball Mania 3. The Super Bowl is in Arizona this year. Hence, the cacti. I'm glad you guys are all enjoying this. Me, auto drafting Logan Thomas, getting pricked by my cacti, muting myself. Truly peak form right now. I should do this where I mime out all my picks. Maybe I get an ambient bed of music. The thesis of the Logan Thomas play was, yes, Commanders versus the Eagles in round 17. That was always the thesis. Don't get any ideas. Don't get any ideas here. Is Underdog going to add an overall leaderboard to sweat the regular season millie? That seems like a great idea. We also, Underdog, if you are listening, we have to have a sick leaderboard for the best ball finals this year. I was going crazy having to post screenshots for everyone of the leaderboard and the update. So hopefully this year we will have a sick leaderboard to follow for both the regular season and the finals. I know Rudman had another tweet earlier where he said that there's going to be an expanded, better exposure page coming as well. So that'll be fun. All right, so let's pull back here, see what I need to do. We're at a 2-5-6-2 build here. I think I'm just going to rock the 2 quarterback, the 2 tight end. So I have 3 more picks. I'm probably going to end up with a 2-6-8-2 build. So I need to add a couple more wide receivers. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Who do I want to add here? I want to start taking rookies. Who are my rookies? Okay, you guys already took all the rookies. Fine, we're going to take Wan'Dale Robinson. These are the ones where it's like, I don't even like Wan'Dale Robinson, but I didn't like Kadarius Toney last year either, and he put up a couple massive weeks. Is Kadarius Toney going to get traded? Is that what we still think is going to happen? Top Stat says, you going to fire these puppy drafts out once again? Yeah, we'll do some multi-tabling for the puppy drafts. We can do some multi-tabling. What other running backs do we want to add here? Give me a rookie. Give me a rookie running back you guys like. They're all gone. Should we get one more wide receiver here? Should we get one other Eagles wide receiver? Quez Watkins? Might as well. Stack it up. Yeah, the QBs absolutely flew off the shelves in this draft. Justin Fields, round 9. Trevor Lawrence, round 10. Then it was all the way to Daniel Jones, round 12. Tannehill, 14. I guess Zach Wilson in the 15th. I like that. Winston, Matt Ryan, Mac Jones. I do think Zach Wilson in the 15th is a nice bet. Did we get a stack here for the parlay? Doesn't look like it. Just a solid QB2 there. Yeah, I guess I could. Yeah. I mean, structurally, this is why I was upset with the Logan Thomas misclick, because I had planned to just grab Hayden Hurst as my tight end 2. I guess I could rock a tight end 3 build with this. I feel pretty comfortable. I think these 5 running backs are fine. Is this the guy that the Chiefs took? Tyrion Davis Price? That's not a bad call too. Let's see. What is Flying Turtles doing? AJ Green, Tyler Algier. Oh, wow. Algier that late was nice. That was a nice pick, I feel like. Algier is going to rise a lot. People are going to talk themselves into him being the lead back there. Ooh, that's the one, right? Well, I don't know if I want 2 Ravens running backs. What should I do? Should I draft another running back, or should I go with a 3 tight end build and grab Hayden Hurst for the triple stack with Burrow? We are soliciting your feedback. Okay, this is the running back the Chiefs drafted, Isaiah Pacheco. See if Shakir is still available. We have a couple of votes for 3 tight end. Nick saying rookie running back. I will be back at 2:30 p.m. Eastern today to do splash play. I don't think we're going to draft today. I think we're going to go through and talk through a bunch of the fantasy implications from the draft. So you can tune in to splash play at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll probably draft on Friday on splash play. What tight end did the Bengals have? His name is Hayden Hurst. So, man, we have some love for Pacheco. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take Pacheco here. Grab a 6th. I don't really feel like I need to go 3 tight end with this build. In a perfect world, I would have waited, gotten Hurst earlier, but let's stick to the thesis here of loading up on some of these rookies that I think could be risers. And again, that's like one of my favorite lenses of, when I'm drafting is thinking who are the guys that could massively shoot up draft boards both this season or throughout the offseason, and of course, where could they be next season? And I feel like just taking stabs on these rookies early before their ADPs really start to get steamed up is something I want to focus on. So I'd say this structure, I feel pretty comfy with a 2-6-8-2 draft over here. So my quarterbacks, Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. Running backs, J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, Rashad White, Rashad Penny, Damian Pierce, Isaiah Pacheco. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, Chase Claypool, Tyler Boyd, Sky Moore, roll the clip. Rondell Moore, don't roll the clip. Wan'Dale Robinson, Quez Watkins, and then tight end Kyle Pitts, Logan Thomas. To critique myself, I think I got caught up in sniping Alejandro, and I probably wouldn't otherwise take Hurts that early. I feel like when I use a top 50 pick on Burrow, I'd rather kick my QB2 can down the road just a little bit further. I regret taking J.K. Dobbins over Breece Hall. I do think when the summer is over, Breece Hall will be a higher draft pick. So I wish I could have that one back. Overall, though, I like the texture of my running back room. I think texture is going to be my word this year. Last year, it was in a vacuum. I think texture is going to be my most overused word this year, but I do like this running back room, a nice blend of guys with good touchdown expectation and some rookies who I think could massively outperform their draft costs. Wide receivers, solid. Got the premium double stacks there, the premium single stacks with Jamar Chase and A.J. Brown. Chase Claypool, Tyler Boyd, Sky Moore, Rondell Moore, Wan'Dale Robinson, Quez Watkins. Feels like a solid wide receiver core. Kyle Pitts, Logan Thomas. I love having that anchor tight end. Logan Thomas was a misclick. I got sniped on Pat Freiermuth. He would have been my preferred tight end 2 there, or waiting for Hayden Hurst for the stack. Overall, though, don't mind this team. A lot of people will say it's great. I won $1 million, $2 million on my first draft. I won't say that. This team didn't win shit, but it was a good start. We were here to give some EV to you guys, to knock off the rust, to eat some best ball for breakfast. You're right. I do have to name these. And that's a very good thing because I need to get better at it. Last year, it got too overwhelming because they had introduced the naming thing later in draft season, and it felt like an unreasonable task to go back through and rename them all. I need to come up with a structure. So I'll probably do it by 2-6-8-2. We'll do the structure. And we'll do what? Since Philly stacks, mod anchor. Since Philly, mod anchor, mod anch RB. There you go. This is how best ball douchebags talk. 2-6-8-2 since Philly stack, mod anchor RB hut. There it is. There it is. I could have just wrote first draft of the year. Yay. All right. I could try to, I don't see, let me go to the full draft. Let me see if I don't see the draft right now. I don't know what happened, but I can't see your teams, but we will do some more saucing in the future. Probably just a little UI bug right now on the first day. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Sorry, Paul. We will be here every Monday morning. Today had a later start, obviously, to accommodate the launch of BBM 3, but 10 a.m.s on Mondays is when I plan to roll Best Ball Breakfast. And like I said, we're going to be drafting a lot on other shows this week. I'm sure we'll be drafting on Ship Chasing on Wednesday night. I'm sure we'll be drafting on Splash Play later this week. So it's hot best ball summer, guys. We are going to be ripping drafts. And Tony says, I'm here because Josh Norris told me to be. Thank you, Josh Norris. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need to go check out Josh and Hayden's stream. I want to see just how badly Jack Settleman messed up his first draft. It's what gives me life. All right, guys. Yeah, thank you. My new lights are fun, man. Look at this. We want to go to Ship Chasing theme. Boom. We're right there. Want to go to a little Club Top Shot? Boom. We want to go to a little Purple Lulls? Boom. We're there. Or just want to do a little Underdog? There we are. There we are. All right, guys. This was fun. I will be back in 90 minutes for Splash Play. Feels very, very good to be back drafting best ball teams with you. We will be doing plenty of saucing, plenty of roasting, plenty of sniping. It's best ball summer. It's BBM 3, 2 milli up top. Let's get it, guys. Happy drafting.